The world is huge, and the world is ours to take. I know some of you will say, but we've just trained. I am not confident. I don't know how to speak. Just be. Being is you get into it and you're like, you know what? I am going to be authentic. I am going to be myself. I'm going to stand in my truth of who I am. I'm not going to seek to be anyone else. Please don't be Coach Majo. Like I told her, never be me. Be yourself. By being here, you are already being. You're in the process of being. One of the limitations that I usually share with people that have failed so many from achieving the things that they want to achieve is we don't know the difference between what we want and what we need. Okay? What we need is the process, but what we want is a fantasy. What we want is, some of you have dreamt already, you're like, one day I will have a photo shoot like that. How else do we have screenshots in our phones of things that we have never done? Like, who is this tailor? And then we have all these influencers who keep tagging tailors. It was made by so-and-so. And then when you see a makeup artist, you're like, one day I will go for this first beat. And then you take, as in, we want that fantasy. The process is you get the money, you walk to where they are, you book the appointment, and then you get the work done. And then you don't just make up for no good reason. That means you're going to do something. Now, the process is hard, step by step. She talks about money. We love the fantasy and the fantasy of, one day I'm going to be in this place. When you see people vacationing, but you're like, you know what, one day I am going to be this. What we need is the process. And that's what matters. Because even the people that we admire, they are still in the process. They have not arrived. That means they also want something that is greater than where they are. So when you see them in Maldives and think, these people have arrived, they're thinking, Italy, where are you? When they see other people on board, they're also admiring someone else. You see someone else in a house and you're like, I want to build that house. And they're thinking, I've outgrown this. Okay? So be in the process. It takes humility. Okay? It takes you wanting to learn. It takes you sieving and knowing that this is what I need in this season in order to get to where I want. I need to be able to sit. Some of you have already passed the exam that you sat under someone and you were mentored. That is being. And when I said do, now that is where you are. You have not been built to sit. Just like a car is not assembled to go and park in a garage and stay there. We don't build boats to stay at the harbor. The harbor is safe. No storms, no pirates, nothing. As in, should have been safe to sit there and the boat has the name Majo on it, or Queen Majo, or Mystique Majo, or Mysterious Majo, and it just looks so nice and flamboyant. For as long as you are not doing the work that God created for, you are being irrelevant in this world. And you're causing someone else to cry tears. Because there are so many people I'm not going to reach that you are supposed to reach. That they will understand your language, they will understand your message, they will understand how you appear to them, they will understand. For example, there are some Muslims that will never listen to me. You agree to that? But they need Coach Naira. They need her to appear in her majesty, in her confidence, and call a spade and saying, Twabachi, tweyongereyo. They will listen to her language. Maybe I am too much for them. And you're going to face these things because we are getting out there into the world. There are some men that will never listen to me and they will listen to Coach Tycoon. I call him Coach Tycoon. Yeah? And in a moment, I want to talk about agreeing to who God calls us, because some of us are intimidated and we want smaller names of mother, wife, but you are a leader. You are a great leader. You are a coach. You are a mentor. You are a world changer. You are a gladiator. You are a transformer. But so many times when someone says, oh, you're beautiful, oh, you're smart, no. There's a way we turn down. So starting today, I want you to, when someone says something good, say, yes, that is who I am and so much more, because that is who God calls me to be. Because you can't multiply ngawe komoma. You can't multiply ngawe kweka. How? You can't multiply by hiding under the table. Like, they've called me to speak. It's okay. Yes. Let them laugh. Let them comment. Let them say whatever it is. Nayenga nawo yisewo. Let me tell you. Olalabali kuita. Kuluno bwaba okankana nnyo. Kuluno ja kankana mukatono. Olulala ogenda okulaba amagulu gatereera. Olulala ogenda okulaba nga emikono giteeka mu mpale. Ng'otambula ng'obuuzaako ne ku bibuuzo. Olulala ogenda okulaba ng'oyimirira n'akakondo n'okola ki? N'onyeenya. That is how we grow. By doing. We cannot multiply without doing. So there has to be an action point. She has talked about round tables. You have material. And so for the people that are in my mentorship, I usually tell them, even if you copy word for word of what I say, go and duplicate it somewhere else. Because this is what happens. The moment you duplicate it, when you duplicate the other time, the Bahati is dying more and you are now coming out more until you can make it on your own. A day will come and you will think about something and you will be called to speak and you will say what you thought about in the morning and it will sound so authentic and so sweet. But you started by imitating someone. You started by bringing the points. No. Just do. Be, do, and have. Everything that we want to have in this world is going to come from doing. Everything you want in this world is going to come from doing. For those of you that know the song, I'll be somewhere. I think we changed the song from waiting to working, right? It's no longer waiting because we used to sing, I'll be somewhere. We used to say waiting, but now we say, I'll be somewhere working. Even if it's little, even if it's small, even if I'll be somewhere doing something. So I need you to ask yourself, what can I do? Can I speak to one person? Kale, can I start with a half a person? Not going before them by at least texting. Okay, let me not text them, but let me get motivational quotes, things that really touch me. Do you know ebitukwatako byanjawulo? Ebinkwatako si bye bikukwatako. And sometimes you can even tell who you are and the people that you're supposed to speak to according to what you love and you are inclined to. So watch it, download them and put them on your status. And one day someone will say, I needed this. You encourage, you don't know what you did in my life. If you don't want to appear anywhere, start by doing something. But let me tell you, in the same breath, you cannot influence by being faceless and nameless. You cannot influence by being nameless and faceless. So God has given you the confidence. It doesn't matter where you are or what you... Some of us, oh, I'm waiting until I have this hairstyle. Don't wait until you have that hairstyle. Oh, I'm waiting until I can have this makeup. Oh, I can put on this way. Oh, I can... Don't wait. The good thing, we have the flat platforms. I mean, call up free platforms. You have a Zoom. You can hold a meeting for 45 minutes, invite people, let some of them not come. Let me tell you, you'll be surprised that strangers will come into that Zoom meeting and they will come back tomorrow and they will come back the other day. How did she get the vision of 5 a.m. club? Because it was so random. When she mentioned it to me, I was like, you know what? Start. Look at an empty screen. But before you know it, your tribe will come to you. And before I knew it, I know you are more than you are right now. Maybe most people are committed somewhere else. They can't make it. But she's doing an amazing job. And the best thing that I usually do is pray for her. I think I've told her that. Pray for her. Pray for her family, pray for her marriage, pray for her children, because when God calls you, the devil also does not sit. But again, the one that called you has the power to protect you. The one that called you has the power to introduce you to the rooms where you need to be. So before he even introduces you physically, can you start somewhere? Okay? Can you start? somewhere. So I just need to encourage us. Mine was an encouragement today, just an encouragement to let you go out there and say that you have something to say. And let me tell you, some of us, you will have, I'll still mention this, you will have a boyfriend who discourages you and says, what are you going to say? Or even a husband, or even a wife, or someone who does not understand your call. But I'm here to tell you that God is calling you, pick up your phone. God is calling you and pick up your phone. The only thing is, it's not a conference call. It's a single call directed towards you. And let me tell you, if you do not answer that call, have you ever suffered the burden of a call? As in, you see others doing everything, you know, and you feel there's something more that is supposed to be done. It's not that you're not appreciative of where you are and what you have, but you feel there's something burning inside of you. When you see someone speaking, you're like, I want to be like that. It's because you are attracted to who you are supposed to be. So it could take 10 years to develop that, but never lie to yourself. One day, there are people who say, oh, I will never be this. Oh, I will never be this. And some people have said motivational speakers are weird, and they have ended up being motivational speakers. But the thing, anyone saying motivational speakers are weird because we're in a generation where people are saying anything for likes and following. And that's the other thing I have to warn you about. You're not out there to get likes and following. You are there to impact. You are there to change lives. You are there to help people make informed decisions because the quality of their lives is going to count on the quality decisions that they make. So that means the best that you can do is be able to punch holes into their ideas, they will call you all sorts of names. Because when you stand out, that is the only time you're stoned. If you're in the crowd, no one knows you're there. But the moment you start standing out, that is when buli omu atandika okwolekeza n'enkonyogo. But the thing is, oba ogenda kufa, ebigambo bitta. Words don't kill. Okay? So I need you to be able to create your own pace, but I need you to be able to unveil yourself, to let God guide you. Let me tell you, God is merciful. He will guide you in places that you need to be. He will guide you into people's lives that you need to impact. My prayer has always been that even if it's one person that I help, that is enough. At least God will count it on me that that person was actually helped. I'm not here to change the whole world. I can't. I am small and I have issues of my own, okay, that keep catching up with me. So we are all travailing, we are all wanting to go, we are all climbing. So I need you to be able to step out, make sure that you are make sure that you know the difference between what you need and what you really want. What you want could be the fantasy, but what gets you to that fantasy that you see everyone living is the process. So enjoy the process, cry the tears if you must, okay? Hate if you must. Because someone will tell you the truth and then you will feel like quitting 5 a.m. club. And then be like, I have my own money. But the call again do kutambuza obufofofe kukomya ewe wa coach majo. Luli wolo ngomukubira ku kasimu. And then like at coach, this is what's happening. And let me tell you, you are all called to leadership. A leader tabera na ntondo. You step into the shoes of God and ask yourself, what would God do in this position? God would forgive, God would open his arms, and God, let me tell you, because we fight with our spirit, you get it? But the more you do it, we are in human flesh, okay? But the thing is, the one that you're holding is busy flying to nations. But you're here holding your good grudge. And let me tell you, God does not consult humans when he's to elevate or accelerate. So he's not going to consult you whether he has to accelerate another person. So you're going to die in your own, whenever you see them on social media. And let me tell you, Gw'otayagala ogenda mulaba buli wamu. Agenda kukwetimba. I think it's God's doing that he will humble you and put you in your place. And tell you, you need relationships and you need people. You cannot grow in isolation. You need this community. And I love this community. I've seen the beauty that comes out of this community. I've seen the beauty that comes out of vision boards. I've seen the beauty that comes with waking up very early, praying, you guys exercising. You know, some of us would never even move a leg if it were up to us. But because take a camera and you're like, Mokama. Camera. And sometimes you look silly. Do you know that the things that make you grow, they look silly? Otherwise, you would have lived a good life of sleeping up until 5 a.m. and then you wake up, you eat a lazy breakfast, and then you go because you're the boss, and then you call yourself a boss chick, boss babe, boss tycoon, and you call yourself big names when you're coming sweet down. So the thing is, Agambye, being is multiplying. Multiplying is work. Every morning I'm going to wake up, I'm going to pray over my business, I'm going to show up, I'm going to speak, I'm going to record videos, I'm going to do everything. That is how we progress in life. So I love you and I pray for you. I pray for you that you will accept the name that God has given to you. That you are not less, and do not make yourself less to make the world comfortable. Never make yourself less to make anyone comfortable to dwell around you. If you are too much, be too much, because there are people who will require that too muchness, and they will come to you. Okay? So don't make yourself less. Do not refuse to settle for less to make the world comfortable. Refuse to make yourself less to make your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your sisters. Some of you look at your family. How will my family see? Maybe I'm going to just block them on all my social media platforms before I even post my video. Why block them? Let them see them, but Andike, what is wrong with her? You know, what has become of her? And before you know it, I think you've gotten some of those stories. Posting said the process. And the last thing I am saying about the process is, and the power of desire is, nothing should change your course. When you desire something and you set your mind and focus on it, walk towards it. But the moment you desire it and say, I love, some of you are single, I desire a man that loves me. One that doesn't love you when they show up, walk away. Because you will know them. Even if it's gentlemen in this place, a lady will come and will show you that takuli iko. But if you have desire, I want you to have the hope and faith that whatever you desire will come to pass. And that is the process that you are going through. So I love you, I pray for you, and I hope that you blossom. I pray that you impact the world, change the world as you change yourself, okay? Bless you, bless you.